My name's Richard Patrick Tolton II. I am the owner of RPT2 Productions. We are the droids you're looking for, and I have been acting for going into my 5th year now. What is actor onboarding and how did it come to be? Onboarding for any job is usually that first day, maybe the first week. You've been hired, you come on and you get onboarded. So you'll get a bit of training, you'll get a bit of orientation, fill out forms, that kind of stuff. Acting is a competition contract job, career, so there is no onboarding. There's no one who's going to sit you down and say, okay, this is what you're here to do, this is what everything looks like. That doesn't happen. How it came to be, I was at the Film Summit, 2025 Film Summit in Sudbury. Michael Naffin was introducing me to the panel. We were just, it was just kind of before everything started up, and I just got to talking about how I got into acting in the first 4 years and what that looked like for me and my unique approach to breaking into the industry. And after explaining it all, Michael looked at me and said, like, that's a product. You should sell that. People need to know that. If every actor entered the industry with that kind of attitude and that plan and strategy, things would be a lot different. Something that happened that kind of sparked all this was the pandemic. During the pandemic, the industry stopped doing face-to-face auditions and they started doing what's called self-tapes. So you tape it at home up against a blank wall and you send it in. So no more face-to-face auditions, no more that style of thing. So now you can do it from home. So in Northern Ontario, I can now audition for jobs in Toronto, Ottawa, all over the province, and even in Manitoba. That stuck around. There might be, there's a fractional percentage of casting directors that went back to the face-to-face. The industry kind of saw it opened up the doors to a lot more people, a lot more possible actors, people who want to get into it. And right for my demographic, for 50 years old, there's not a lot of new faces in there. Not a lot of people are getting into acting at 50. They've been around for a long time and the industry know those faces. Throw this in there, now you've got a new, and I've been doing pretty good. So that was the two things that brought actor onboarding. And again, my unique strategy, the way I went about it, talking with people at the summit, they're like, that's interesting. You should share that. What the actor onboarding workshop program is just that. You get to learn the hard lessons that I learned, the mistakes that I made. Mistake is an opportunity to try again with more information and a better chance of success. I went through some scams. I spent a lot of money I shouldn't have. I made the mistakes that you don't have to make now. So there's some pretty neat things that I've put in there. The actor onboarding includes headshots, the kind of headshots that a casting director wants. These are not glamour shots. These are not, boudoir shots. When it comes to a headshot, you should look exactly like you're going to look when you walk in the room that day. Not the best of the best that you've ever taken. Just a good quality photo, well lit. But again, you want the photo to look exactly how you're going to look when you walk in the room that day. Your photos, your self-tapes, all of that should look exactly the same. Coaching. Actor onboarding is not coaching. It's the very entry level. You've never done this before. You want to figure it out. You want to learn about it. You might want to try it. That's who actor onboarding's for. You've never done any of this. Coaching is its own thing. And you have to look at acting very similar to high-end sports, where you will have a coach your entire career. Coaching never goes away. It is a constant. It is something you rely on for sure. Different roles, different energies, different everything. It's great to have a coach come in, someone with a lot of experience, and take a look at that and say, okay, here's where you need to be, and let's run it, let's practice it, let's try it. Because as an actor, you have a very specific job. You are to know the script inside and out. You are to know why your character is in this story and how they're moving the story along. You're to have a very good idea of what the entire project is about. So your job is to show up early, know your lines, and have an idea. Now, for me and for most people, unless you go to university or college and learn it traditionally, you're going to start in probably background or extras. And the onboarding workshop is perfect for that. That is exactly what it sets you up for. And I also recommend coaches that I've used, vetted coaches, how to find a good coach. There's some people that, you know, I've done coaching that was great for that specific role, for that specific audition, and then I use a different coach for a different audition. But there's voice acting, where you're doing a voice for a cartoon. In that sense, you would get a different coach for that. So there's some recommendations for coaching, again, how to go about looking for coaches, and just a really good snapshot of what the industry is, what they're looking for, how the tax breaks work, that whole setup. That's really important. So you have an American production company comes to Ontario to shoot. That means they get tax breaks. They get all sorts of incentives, especially when they hire Ontario workforce. So whether it's actors, crew, anywhere in there, anytime that our government, both provincial and federal, really inspire the world film industry to come here and shoot and hire us. So that's a pretty neat part of all this as well. I encourage you, reach out, send me a DM, even if you just have some questions about, you know, should I try this, should I do that? I think everyone should at least try it. It's fun, it pays really well. That's a pretty cool part of it. But if it's something you've been interested in, I'd recommend taking a swing at it for sure. There's a lot of good sources out there. Even if it's just a quick chat, I can get you going on some great places to start out.